Greetings, fellow travelers. T5 the Traveler here with Becky the Trekkie. Time for another theme park review. We're going to give you a full tour of Worlds of Fun here in Kansas City, Missouri. And it's actually the Halloween haunt time, but we're gonna show you the park, show you the rides, places to eat, places to shop, that sort of thing. And join us for the tour. Okay, in we go. So this is the haunt entrance right here. It's through October 30th. We've got a gold pass that we bought. If you come here 2 or 3 days, just get the season pass. It saves you a ton of money. And then they'll scan you right there. You're good. Okay, thank you. So we've been into the park earlier today. They don't require a re-entry ticket if you have the season pass. You just have to show them, and then they do close the park down at 5, and then they reopen it at 6 for the actual Halloween haunt. There's the Halloween haunt sign right there when you first come into the park. And then you've got 2 choices. You can head over to the right. That's going to take you to the Patriot, Skyhawk, and then off to the left is going to be Mamba, the Zambezi Zinger, Boomerang, and the Zulu Enterprise ride. So you've got some intense rides over here to the right or over here to the left, and then you've got a few milder ones like the old-fashioned Ferris wheel, and the carousel is right over here on the right hand side if you want to start easy. Guest services is going to be over here as soon as you get in. If you're looking for a locker, photo rental, want to get a stroller, wheelchair, anything like that, you can get it over here to the right. They have these signs that point you to the different areas of the park. They've got East Asia, there's Americana. There is Oceans of the Fun that's connected to this park. It's not open right now because of the time of the year, but it is included with the ticket price. They don't hand out a paper copy of maps or anything like that, but they do have informational booths. And then they have these park maps that are throughout the park. They kind of point you are here, and then it's got the different Halloween attractions over here to the left in different locations for some of those rides. Okay, so you'll see a lot of Halloween theming throughout the park right now. They really do a good job. They've got some skulls over here. That's that grand carousel off to the right. And then this is kind of like the central hub of the park, really is in the front of the park. So if you get lost, they'll make some announcements. Meet over here by the grand carousel. This is going to be kind of like your rally point if you lose your party. You want to just come back up here. They've got all the booths, the big stages there. They'll do shows throughout the day. Plaza Gifts, and then Gateway Pizza is right over there to the right. So we're gonna head this way. We're gonna try to get on the log flume. It is running today. The river boat ride is not running this time of year. They've shut that down along with the water park. But the log flume, if you can see right over there, the water splashing down the canal there. We're gonna go ahead and we'll do a ride on that, and then we'll carry on with the tour. If you want a funnel cake, Norma's is right here on the right next to the Gateway Pizza. Okay, just past the funnel cakes, you can get you a restroom break if you're there. And then this is the Viking Voyager log flume. They've got the queue just down here, and this is in Scandinavia. So this is the Scandinavian part, and everything's going to be Nordic themed in this particular world in the park. Okay. Alright, so we just got off of Viking Voyager right there. We got a little wet, but not too bad, not soaked, so no problem there. And we are still in Scandinavia, so that's going to be the Viking Voyager. That's your first one off the left. The Fjord Flyer is over there. It's kind of the lift you up and scoop you around. I'm going to do a different video with the nighttime, just walking around scene. So if you want to see what the rides look like lit up at night, check that one out. It'll have some of the ghosts and ghouls and all that good stuff in it. It's just going to be a darker video, and it's hard to see everything for the tour. So okay, shipping chalet snacks is right over there if you want to get like a popcorn or a Gatorade or something like that. We're still in Scandinavia. They have another nice restroom right over here behind us, and then this is the just past the Nordic Chaser there on the left. They've got the traditional scrambler. That's going to be over here in Scandinavia. There's the old-fashioned train if you want to take a ride around the 250 plus acre park they have here. You can do that. That's the number 33 train for the Worlds of Fun roller coasters. Looks like the scrambler's got a nice line going. Okay, and then up here around this bend to the right is going to be the Sea Dragon. We'll show you that ship next. Okay, so there's the Sea Dragon. We're still in Scandinavia. You can see the Viking Voyager log flume just behind it over here. They got a nice little water element, a sitting bridge. So if you want to sit it out and just kind of watch the fam over here, it's a nice shaded area to do that. They've got some nice treescape and all the landscape with the wood beamed bridge. So the bridge's beams are all wood. They inspect everything. We watched it go over the longer bridge by one of the roller coasters earlier. It looked sturdy as a rock. They've got another park map over here. This is what you want to pay attention to for your show times and things like that. If you're looking to catch a particular show, we will be going through all the haunted houses and things like that, so you can check those out. We'll have that out on the channel as well. They have drink stations throughout. If you get the drink package card or the refillable cups, they do have these stations. We've seen them even wide open later at night without any attendance, and you can still fill up and get you a drink or something like that. There's the ices over there as part of the package. They have some nice theming throughout, so you'll see some orange and black and some skeletons and skulls. They've got some nice photo opportunities over here. So what we've done is we've just come down into the park. We've hugged to the left, and we're going to take you just around the full loop here with a little quick stop through the middle. That's going to be a little confusing, but not bad. It's really just a big full loop, and then you've kind of got to cut through in the middle with some other things, flat rides and things like that in that area. There's another set of restrooms over here to the right, and then off to the left, this is the Zulu Enterprise machine. It takes you up, it spins you round and round. We did that one earlier in the day. We'll have that on the channel as well. If you have a light stomach, do not do that ride. I'm usually strong as a rock, but that ride was something else. They have another flat ride here in the park. We'll show you where that one is in a little bit later in the channel. It's called the Cyclone Sam, and it's really good. Hey.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately the Prowler is currently closed right now, and I'm not sure when we're going to open. I just recommend to come check it out later today.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, so the Prowler's down for some maintenance right now, but that's okay. We've ridden it a couple of times on this trip. We're doing a 3-night. They weren't open until 6 o'clock on Friday night, so we jumped in. And most people do the Halloween attractions at night, so if you're looking for a night ride on a wooden roller coaster or something, that's a great time to do that. So she said it's not running. It looks like they may be testing it. That's the Prowler right there. There's the train whipping by overhead. And this is a nice little coaster right here. It's got a lot of speed, and really this might be the best wooden coaster that's in the park. I would say if I was going to get a wooden roller coaster t-shirt from this park, I'd probably get the Prowler roller coaster t-shirt. So I have to say the Zambezi Zinger, it's good, but the restraints are very restraining, and it takes away a little bit from the ride experience.
It does.
Whereas this one really just flies. Don't underestimate this little roller coaster and jump on that one right here, and it's just on the edge of Scandinavia. So we're gonna push up ahead, and we'll see you when we get to the next section in the next world of this beautiful park. Okay, just leaving Scandinavia, you've got Big Jack's Jungle Juice, and then there's that photo op that we were there. We just pushed up that way to show you what's in the last of that section, and now we're coming over the bridge, and this is going to bring you into the Africa section. They've got a lot of beautifully sculpted animals, from giraffes. There's some lions and tigers and rhinos and things like that. Over here, you can get a view of a big elephant. Let's show the elephant real fast. There it is. So they've done a beautiful job with some of the landscaping throughout the park. The skull heads are really nice. It ties it in really nicely. They've got Gorilla Grill over here that you can get you a Swamp Monster burger, or they have seasonal donuts here, beverage package. And if you're looking for a photo with the gorilla, it's right there. The kids just climb right up on there and get their picture with that, and it's actually pretty funny. I mean, who doesn't love a gorilla? So all good. Okay, so now we're moving into a different area of the park, and over on the right, that's going to be the Moroccan Merchant. So this is a more of an African theme in this section. So we've just moved out of Scandinavia and then straight into the heat of Africa. So there is the Zambezi Zinger. It is a hybrid coaster. It's brand new this year, 2023. We did get a ride on that, so there'll be a separate video on that. You can check that one out. They've got some shopping right here if you need to get like a drink or a water, and they have the Zambezi Zinger shirts are right there. So now that we're pushing in, you can get into a few games over here. They've got Annie Ann's pretzels over to the right. If you want to throw the ball in the milk jug there and get you a prize, you can do that. They've got mini basketball. Looks like $10 for small, $25 for guaranteed prizes if you want to just do the guaranteed balloon toss right there. Knock the teeth out of the tiger on that side. And they've got a few more games, carnival games off to the left. Up next, this hill, Boomerang. It is a boomerang roller coaster and aptly named the Boomerang. But it's like all the other boomerangs, but it's still a great boomerang ride. There are other restrooms right there, so don't feel like you have to rush to the very first restroom when you get into the park. Those are going to be slam packed. If you get pushed back in and it doesn't look like it's a big bathroom, it actually is a pretty good sized restroom. If it looks like it should be a big restroom, it may or may not be in this park. We've learned that as well, so keep that in mind. The further back you go, the better the restrooms get. Okay, so during this time at night, so right over here is going to be the Pumpkin Eater Dead Harvest. This is the Pumpkin Eater Halloween, hey, how you doing? Themed attraction for tonight. We haven't been to this one, but we'll get that later tonight. And you push up there into line, and all the characters are to theme. You can see a little bit of that Egyptian theming walking right through here. And then they push up to the Oasis drink station. This is usually Fury of the Nile whitewater boats is the ride normally. It's down right now, and they've converted it into the Corn Stalkers maze, and we will cover that later tonight as well. So if you want to see what that looks like, it will be available on the channel. Okay, so that's going to push us up and out of Africa. But before we leave Africa, they do have a lot of bar service areas late at night. They have some rules about having to have a guardian with you if you're under the age of 16 during the evening, so keep that in mind. But if you want an adult beverage, you can find them throughout the park of an evening during the late night events. Up next is going to be Mamba, top of the hill. I don't know that we'll walk all the way up to the top of the hill. We're just going to do the quick walking tour for everybody. But there it is. There's the peak at 205, 75 miles an hour. It is a hyper coaster, and it really is a beauty. There's the diner up there if you're looking for like burgers or fries or something like that. You can get those chicken strips, that sort of thing. If you're into the basketball, you can find it right here, 3-point challenge. And shoot your 3-pointers under the clock and then get you a prize. Looks like they have some balls or hats available. So now we're at the top of the Africa section, and now we're pushing further in, and there's another Halloween event. Section is going to be called Bloodshed up here on the left. So the Bloodshed entrance is going to be right up here. You wait at these gates, they'll open that up a little bit later tonight, and then the crowd will go up this hill, and then it curves by all that and way up to that shed way up in the top there, and that's where the attraction is. So that line is going to be pretty lengthy tonight. We're going to try to do 4 attractions tonight if we can, and that's going to be tight because they usually have like about an hour wait time. So we'll have 6 hours to get, we might be able to do it, so we'll have to be on point. Okay, so they have the antique cars over here to the right, and this is that middle section cut through. We're just basically making that full loop. We've come all the way around through Africa and now past Mama, and we're pushing back down through here, and there's a family on those cars. Okay, so we'll see you up at the train station, which is going to be up next.
Until the train is calculated full and stop.
Okay, so we made that long walk past those two bridges up this hill, and now we are into Country Junction, which is kind of the Americana section. So we're back in America right here. This is a train station show that they have during the regular season. They've switched over to Halloween shows late night, so this section is not open at this time of the year, but that's a-okay. Down here is going to be the train station, so if you're looking to get on the train, you want to get out of the sun, or just, you know, be able to sit somewhere for a little while and still enjoy the action, the train ride is right there. That's the Railway Express Agency Union Depot for the number 33 train here at Worlds of Fun. They got some lawn chairs out there, people having a good time, and some country music, really. Some down-home country music is playing in this area. All right, so they've got a burritos and cantina off to the left. You can get a burrito, margarita late night, I believe, and that's going to be in that section right there. Another hill down and out, and then there's more to see up top here. Okay, so we came up that hill to the left. We did not go down to the right, and we're still in the Wild West section. And you really want to catch this ride up here in the last part of the section. It's in this building right here. It's called Cyclone Sam's, and this is almost like a spaceship ride with a Western theme, but the idea is that you're in a cyclone, and it get to experience what that would be like, and it's actually pretty close. So that's where it is right there. If you're brave enough to go, give it a go. Okay, so keeping left at Cyclone Sam's right there, there's the Flat Ride Mustang Runner over here, and then the Detonator Drop Tower is right there at the top. So if you kind of follow this path, that's where it will lead you. And then if you've got the kiddos and you're wanting to know where that is, daytime, it's not open at night, but Camp Planet Snoopy is right here. They've got a few kiddie rides, the airplane ride and things like that. Off to the right is the 8th roller coaster. What is this one called? I know it's got the Great Pumpkin on there. It's like the Cosmic Coaster, I believe. I think, oh, it is Cosmic Coaster. Okay, so I've not actually ridden this one. There's a size limit for us, and this one is just under our range. But if you want it for the ticket, to stamp the ticket for the ride, that's where it is. Cosmic Coaster, right there on the right of Planet Snoopy. Okay. Okay, so just inside, they've got some characters out here for the kids. And if you want to get a photo with some of the Snoopy Peanuts characters, you can get them right there. There's that detonator, the backside of the hill. And then the Family Care Center is right here. So if you're needing like some medical attention for the family, the kids, you can go right to that building. It's right here by the Red Baron. And the rest of Camp Snoopy store and boutique is going to be right over there. So if you're looking for some of that Snoopy gear, you can. The flying ride is right behind there. And they have a few other rides. We'll let these everybody have their privacy here. They're enjoying the day. But wanted to show you where Camp Snoopy is, and just in particular where this coaster is, and the store and the photo opportunity is just inside the door there. Okay, we'll carry on. Okay, so Planet Snoopy behind us. We just came back. Cyclone Sam's is right there. So you can use that as kind of a point in time to know where you're at in the park. Cyclone Sam's, you've got Planet Snoopy, and then the Africa section and the Wild West section are just going to be down in that area, which was off to the left when we came in, and now that we're at the top of the hill, it's down to the right. Okay. So up next, we're back into the Americana section. They've got another first aid stand over here. The Americana Arcade is right in there ahead of us. If you want to get some arcade games and things like that, you can. They've got a Cinnabon and a sweet shop down here at the end of the hill. And then over here to the left is a Timberwolf. This is a wooden roller coaster, and we have been on the roller coaster. We filmed that one, so check that one out on the ride. On the channel, that ride on the channel. It's a great little ride. But down here really is later tonight is where you're going to find some of those Halloween attractions. So they've got Blood on the Bayou and Ripper Alley. So we did Blood on the Bayou last night. We'll try to get up here. Ripper Alley, this place looks totally different at night. They light it all up, and it's got kind of a different feel to it. So we'll try to show you as much as we can. If you're looking for a Timberwolf, it's going to be right there next to that. Daytime, and then that is just next to Cyclone Sam's, and we've made that turn, and now we're heading back down the hill after coming off to the left. So that's the arcade, and then you can get your slice of pizza over here to the right, and it looks like they've got the old-fashioned guess your weight machine right over here. I don't know if it's working. Let's give it a go. I have no idea. Oh, he's here. I'm sorry. I thought this was like abandoned, man. I apologize. Jeez. Did you see him?
I saw him.
Oh, you should have told me. I shouldn't have jumped up on there. Whoops, my apologies. Anyway, we'll carry on. Beautiful bathroom over here to the left, and then the Emporium and the sweet shop is going to be down here on the right. Okay, so now that we're down in Americana, you can get Jekyll and Hyde's Pub is right here. If you're looking for an adult beverage later, they've got American Spirits Tavern is in there. We didn't venture in there yet, but we may poke our nose in later tonight when it's a little bit older crowd. Off to the left is going to be Skyhawk. That is the swing ride, and it goes up about, I think it's like 301 feet.
Sky or steel?
What did I say? Skyhawk? Steelhawk?
Yeah, it's steel.
Steelhawk, the swing ride. 300 feet right there, and then you can get your Coca-Cola just off to the right. Isn't there there's so many hawks.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get them confused. Nighthawk, Skyhawk, Steelhawk, Kitty Hawk, and several others. There are other hawks. I know I'm not naming them all, but anyway, you can get your caricature next to Cinnabon right over there. Oh boy. Got the live music going, nothing better than that. Up next is going to be Cotton Blossom Barbecue. So if you're looking for some semi-authentic Kansas City barbecue, you can get it in here. It does smell good. They've got a photo op out here with the giant corns. If you've never seen corn before, you can get you a photo with the corn right there. In here is the restaurant. It's kind of buffet style. You just get in line, pick and choose at the counter, and then come on down out here to the other side for the drink stations. I feel like they could crank the AC up just a little bit. It's getting pretty warm, but that's a-okay. But there it is right there, the Cotton Blossom. And then beyond that is going to be Patriot Landing. And the Patriot, which is really nicely themed inverted coaster. It's got 4 inversions and the tracks overhead, and your feet are dangling in the breeze. They've got a nice little Patriot Landing ride photos and gift store off to the left. And then down here is the big slingshot. The name is escaping me right now, but it will come to me. And then beyond that is Skyliner, which is the old-fashioned Ferris wheel. We did take a ride on the old-fashioned Ferris wheel, the Skyliner. So if you want to see what we have to say about the Ferris wheel, it's on the channel. It's actually kind of an interesting one. It's tucked away, so you really don't know quite what it is or where it's at. Right. And then it's not open at night during this time of the season. But anyway, boy, that's gonna bug me. I can't remember the name of that. You remember that? It's not. I don't. I haven't. Is it Skyhawk? I'm not sure.
What's the name of this one?
Okay, so up here is where the entry is to another haunted attraction, and this one is called Lore of the Vampire. That's the general entrance right there. We did that one last night, so I know that will be on the channel as well. Okay, so when you get past Lore, and you can get to it from this other section, but this is going to take us into Asia. So you're basically going from Wild West to Americana to East Asia, I believe. So this is Lore of the Vampire sign right there. It's just up past that hill, and that was a good one. So they have got the Chinese lanterns out here, and they light them up at night. Kind of sets the mood for the area. And then they have Panda Express Chinese kitchen off to the left. It seems to be pretty popular. You see a lot of people with the Panda Express items. Then they're over here. This is the Bamboozler, is that what it is? And it's a Gravitron, and it's a Gravitron Type 2, and they'll take you up in, and at night it's really lit up, but we're talking multiple G-forces. We went on the Enterprise, the Zulu today, and it that gets the stomach going as well. So be prepared for that. If you do a lot of rides back to back, that it can get you going a little bit. This is the Spinning Dragon spinning coaster ride. One car at a time, and they free spin around the track. It's not inverted, but it does have some good twists and turns. And it is right there as well. So we're still making that full left loop circle. And really for us, it's kind of the best way to move through the park. That way you don't get totally lost when you get started. You'll see the log flume's going to be off to the right, and we've got another souvenir shop. This is the Richards Imports Gifts and Souvenirs. You can get like dragon themed items and stuff like that, owls, different plushies, characters in there, another map, and then you've got a long dark road right up here, and that brings you back up to the front. And when we get up to the front, we'll show you what's in that general area, the carousel and things like that, and then a couple of tips and tricks for the park. Stick with us. Yep, we're filming your photo.
Oh, it's like a little seat back here. That's cute.
Have a seat.
Squat down.
I'm taking the photos. Got several, Becky.
Okay.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right. So, I guess since we're seeing the panda, we'll talk pandas. They are taking all the pandas from the United States. So if you want to see any of the pandas, it may be too late. I think there's one zoo that has them until
San Diego's.
Yeah, I don't know if they're still there or not. Maybe. That might be your last chance for a while. Unless you want to go see them in China, you can definitely do that. Okay, so that's going to be East Asia section, and we'll push up to the middle and show you where the Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland Emporium Nightmare Zone is. Okay, so we walk back up to the top of the hill because the only way to get to the middle section is really to go back by Cyclone Sam's, which is our starting point. But we're going to just peek in here real quick and let you see some of the apparel that they have for sale here. They've got the Haunt sweatshirts available. If you're looking for those magnets, if you like roller coaster magnets and you collect them, you can get them here at the top of the hill at the Emporium. And they have some plushies for the kids, and we actually bought a couple of t-shirts over here yesterday. They've got some in the $19.99 range. I went ahead and got this red t-shirt right here, and I think Becky went with a light blue or something. Which one did you get, Becky? The light blue over here? Oh, on the she found the for sale rack. 16 bucks. That's a bargain.
This t-shirt.
$16.99, everybody. Not bad. Not bad at all on the t-shirt prices in this store. So that's where we shopped. If you want to get a Haunt t-shirt, if you like the black t-shirt to wear, like these gentlemen have right here to theme, it's available, and that is probably our recommendation as far as apparel stores go. But if you're looking for like a particular ride t-shirt, you can always grab those at those shops. Yep, exactly right. Okay, All American Shake Shop is there. Want to get you a milkshake, you can get them in there, ice cream, that sort of thing. And then we're going to go back up to Cyclone Sam's, and we'll take you down through the last section of the park, and then we'll tell you what we think of the park. Okay, so we just got the 1 hour warning bell that the park is going to close in 1 hour, and that's 5 o'clock. So what we've done is went back to the top of the hill where Cyclone Sam's is and the train station. We went down by the train station. Now we're walking down this hill, and we're going to show you the last section of the park. They've got a ogre up here that they light up at night. You'll see some people waiting in line to take some photos over there. It's kind of animatronic. He sleeps and he talks to you and stuff like that. He was sleeping when we saw him, but I've heard that he'll get up and stand up and that sort of thing. They've got some theming over here. If you want to do the bumper cars, they've got the Autobahn bumper cars right over here, I believe is what they call it. Got a few kids in there smashing them around. It doesn't look too crazy. It looks kind of like a little tame bumper car ride. If you want to see us in a very intense bumper car ride, look for a bumper car ride we did at Indiana Beach a few years back. We rode double in the car, and this big guy hit us head on, and it went metal to metal I mean, like full pedal. It was like being in a car crash. Yeah, it was the hardest bumper car hit, I think, in the history of the planet. But anyway, that's my opinion. This is the Fear and Wonderland section, so you can find some characters. We have not seen this ride running today. There's the White Rabbit right there. Hello, Mr. Rabbit. How are you? So if you're chasing a white rabbit, you can maybe find one around. They've got the The Hatter here is probably running late. Oh, they've got quite a few out and about. So this really is kind of a different feel daytime than nighttime. So I'd say this is totally fine for the kids. For daytime, they've toned it way down. At nighttime, you get the different types of characters, like the alter ego characters, and they come out. So this is interesting. You can take a little bit of a tour and have the kiddos meet some of the interact with some of the characters. Right there, you've got an Alice walking around, and yeah, it's nicely themed. But boy, at night it just really comes alive. So they've got another set of restrooms right over here ahead of it, and then this is it the Flying Dutchman? Is that what I believe it is? I think it's the Flying Dutchman, and it's like the old-fashioned shoe ride. Yep. So there it is. We did ride it. We probably won't ride it again for the channel. Becky suffered a minor injury on that ride. It's got the hard seats, and I was coming in to have a sit, and yeah, she got smashed on the Flying Dutchman of all rides to get smashed on the ground. Who would have thought? Okay, so the Moulin Rouge Theater is going to be up in this section, so you got to kind of like know where to find this bad boy. They've got a beautiful fountain here. Looks like they've got it dyed red for blood for Halloween haunt. And then Lee Taxi Tour, that's semi-French, is right there. So if you want to drive the old-fashioned cars, you can do it right up there. And then they've got a little bit of shopping just across the way, right there, next to the theater. Okay, so that path right there, just past the Wonderland area, brings you right back down into the heart of Africa. There's the Moroccan Exchange over here, and then you've got Annie Ann's Pretzels. The Boomerang is just up ahead of us, and if you cut left this way, it'll take you through back towards the main entrance. We'll meet you when we get over there. We want to show you the carousel and a couple of other things to see right up front, and then tell you what we think of the park. Okay, back up at the top of the hill, they have the Grand Carousel there. It's a 1918 Aliens classic. It's all hand-carved, hand-painted horses, and you can get on it right there towards the top of it. All right, so Worlds of Fun Halloween Haunt. I have to say, they have 7 coasters, 1 kids coaster that are good. The top 5 are really good coasters, so we had a great time on that. I gotta say Mamba probably stands out at the top of the list for me, and then Prowler wooden coaster is probably number 2. Oddly enough, where this park really shines are on the flat rides. They have some incredibly intense flat rides, like the Hurricane and the Cyclone Sam's, and Zulu is crazy to do. And then they have the Bamboozler Gravitron. So if you want to spin yourself like full-blown astronaut training, you can do that here at this park, no problem. Back to back if you want to. They've got some great theming. Where it really stands out is for Halloween Haunt. They don't charge extra for the extra Halloween attractions, and they have several of them. We thought they only had like 4 or 5, but it's really like 8 or 9 or 10 of those. Yeah, it's a great time at night. So those are going to be got some fans shout out right there. Nice to see you. How you guys doing? And yeah, that's it's an awesome park. We had some great weather, really. No rain in the forecast, and the log flume stands out. I love to see some great rides, water rides in a park. We didn't get to ride the whitewater ride because it was down, but maybe next time. That's going to be the Cornstalkers Maze, and we'll probably hit that later tonight. So if you want to see all the Halloween stuff, we'll have that in separate videos. Just be prepared, flashing lights, it'll be dark, that sort of thing. So be prepared for that. And had a great time here. We'll probably come back to the park as soon as they put another big coaster in here. We'll zip on through. We got the gold season pass, and it included the rest of 2023, the Halloween Haunt, and then for $100 extra, we can upgrade those passes from this park, and we can get into all Cedar Fair's parks. So you can do that at the price point. You can't beat it. We did like three nights, like 2 full days here, and had a great time. Just be prepared for the weather this time of year, because it's really hot in the daytime, super cold at night. Bring all those clothes and dress appropriately, and you'll have a great time. Any final thoughts?
Nope, definitely loved all the rides here. The coasters were great, the flat rides, and of course the Halloween haunt theming was spectacular.
The characters are great,
Yeah.
and the staff is great too. So, all right, well, thanks for joining us. If you stuck with us this long and haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and we'll see all our fellow travelers soon on the next review. Bye, everybody.